Mm. Oh, it's warm. Oh. We are not cracking a cold one here tonight, folks. No, we're not. J-Bone back here for Smash This Podcast. Joining me this evening to review this lovely Lucha Underground episode number. You're sitting on my notes, Kat. Can I have my notes back? I'll let you be part of the show, but I got to have my notes. I got to see what I'm doing because I'm old and I forget shit. Season 4, episode 18. Oh, did that offend you? Are you out of here or are you going to stay? Well, one guy who I certainly hope does stay with me is Mr. Phoenix. How you doing?
And good evening to you, J-Bone.
Ronnie's in the chat. Buenas noches to you too, sir. Bueno, that's
Spanish noches. Spanish for good evening, y'all.
There we go. I'm a little rusty. I know the whole Donde está el baño?
That's all you need when you go down in Mexico. Watch some Lucha.
Where's the bathroom?
Where's the freaking bathroom?
Yeah. After one too many tequilas.
After too many tequilas, you gotta go find the bathroom.
You can't put the toilet paper down the toilet.
It don't flush.
Yeah. That's what they told me when I was down there. That was a lifetime ago. Dear God, that was
2 3/4 head to go, and I forget.
so four score and several hairs on my head ago. So how you doing, man?
A little worse for wear, a little here and there. Yeah, I survive. That's what I do.
He's a tough guy, this Mr. Phoenix. This Chris Phoenix. That's why we have him on here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ronnie, what are you... Okay, apparently Google knows Spanish.
Google knows Spanish. It's amazing.
You said, where is El Puto? Puto is Spanish.
Where's the slut?
Oh. I thought he was talking about a planet. TGV's in the chat. What is up? Chelsea Green won't be having such 4-star matches in NXT, that's for sure.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know if she's going to NXT.
Last I heard today, according to another reliable source that I frequent, that is the plan. Despite Triple H's objection or opinion toward the kind of match she had tonight, well, she is NXT bound. Last I heard.
Yes, she is. She's signed. She can't sign yet. She's on TV. That's impossible. I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm just saying if she's on TV with Lucha Underground, it's impossible for her to sign anywhere or do anything right now besides someone associated with the entertainment company that owns AAA and Lucha Underground.
My associated source also tells me that because of her only taping a modest amount of episodes, by the end of this season, she should be in NXT.
So they're not going to do what they did to Ricochet?
They may very well do what they did to Ricochet.
Because what they did to Ricochet was they gave him a 90-day clause? Which is funny because that's what WWE does to all their talent.
It's possible.
And this is TV. It's not even an official wrestling brand.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I know they've become a lot more relaxed. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they've been working generously with the cast. Say cast, you know what I mean.
Yes.
As in, if you want off the show, give us a chance to write you off. As in, don't just leave.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see what news comes out. I have not heard anything, but I can tell you this: the match that she had tonight with Pentagon Dark.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh my God. We'll just kind of jump all over the place with this because we're talking about Chelsea and she was in the main event. Phoenix, your thoughts on the main event that went on tonight with Chelsea. I'm sorry, we're talking about Chelsea. Her name on the show, Reclusa versus Pentagon Dark. Your thoughts?
Ooh, that was, I believe, the main event this evening. On the off chance that this was going to be a squash match, just after they introduced her, I know for a fact that I've seen some of her matches in the Indies. I loved her work in Impact, but knowing that, and knowing the move that she pulled off on her debut, that was the clincher to tell us, ooh, she's more than meets the eye, and she did not disappoint this main event this evening. When she went against Pentagon Dark, Penta El Cero Miedo, she was indeed one of the premier athletes in Lucha Underground, a force to be reckoned with in intergender matches. Definitely worth the watch.
Yeah. What did they do to Ricochet? Oh, I was talking about the 90-day clause that when he ended season 3, he had to wait 90 days until he could officially show up in anything related to WWE. TGV says, J-Bone, you forget she was an All-In also. Oh, trust me, dude, I did not forget. I was
Nobody
there.
forgot that.
No, that 4-way. I mean, those little fuzzy on specific details.
It's the stuff of legends.
Actually, you know what? I'll confess this. I was getting merch with my son while the match was going on. I watched it when I got home the next day. Okay. So I didn't watch it live. I watched it on pay-per-view. But I was walking past an entrance when the music hit, when it ended, and I saw that Tessa won. So I knew that much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that match was incredible. Those women left everything in the ring. Still waiting for All In to go Blu-ray. I don't know. You might have to wait a while for that.
Oh yeah.
But I get it on my computer if you want it. Good to see you in the chat here. Styles got home safely all the way from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, just outside of Milwaukee. He had a hell of a drive, 2-day drive, and he dodged. What was it called again? The hurricane?
The one that just came back?
Yes.
The one that just came back, I believe.
Something with an M.
No. Michael is the new one.
That's what I mean. Hurricane Michael. Yeah.
Wow.
He literally drove right around it.
Wow.
Yeah. Styles lives about halfway down Florida near a very famous beach shop.
Aha. Nice.
But Styles got home safely. Much love to you, brother. Glad you're okay. And hopefully your area and the surrounding state does not get hit with too much flooding, because God knows that always comes with a hurricane.
Yeah. We pray for all the people in our Southland, all the favorite wrestlers who frequent and reside in the great state of Florida.
Don't you know?
If you will.
Oh, and how about the little gasoline dump?
Ah! Little foreshadowing? Man, you ain't more than a month. Can't be playing with fire like that.
It was hot. It was really, 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 really hot.
That's what happens when you play with fire. 5 time, 5 time, 5 time, 5 time, 5 time WCW champion.
Please don't ask me to do a spinneroonie in my office. That would not turn out too well.
Tell me, you didn't just say that.
Oh yeah, I said that. So yeah, incredible match for Reclusa versus Pentagon. I honestly, if I was booking this, I would have had Reclusa win. But it wouldn't have been clean. It would have been like Marty shows up, distracts Pentagon, and Reclusa does something and gets the win. That's how I would have booked it.
I agree.
But I don't think this match was so good, and it's just another example of another positive thing. I know intergender wrestling is not everybody's cup of tea. I get that.
Triple H.
But oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Just saying. Had a little game in my throat.
Oh. Yeah, well, he's got bigger fish to fry lately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some undead folk,
mm-hmm.
and worrying about his bald best friend killing himself in the ring for 6-7 figures, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
No comment. All I can say is hope it's worth it.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy the flight. So yeah, they pour gas on Pentagon. Marty shows up, and he's holding the lighter, and he's holding it, and he's gazing into the flame, and all of a sudden blows it out. End of episode. He does not.
That's right.
I would have loved to have seen Pentagon on fire. It would bring back some memories of his match with a certain ringside announcer.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I want to go watch that sometime. I would love to see the unedited version of that, because I heard they chopped about a half an hour out of that match.
Remind me, that was in the first or second season?
That was Ultima Lucha Uno.
Well, then that is on DVD, if I remember correctly. So you may very well get the chance to see that unfiltered if you can find a copy somewhere. I believe Amazon still has it. If not, I think Walmart might. Not 100% on that, though.
You mean the complete season?
Yeah, seasons 1 and 2 available now on DVD.
Really?
Last I checked.
Huh. I'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know it's still on Netflix. I'd love to see season 3 on Netflix.
Give it time.
Yeah. Still no info on a season 5. So let's Cinco. Let's talk some more about this episode 18, Spiders and Skeletons. We'll go back to the beginning after a 6-week hiatus.
Or so they say.
It's probably 5 minutes for them. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We'll keep it kayfabe.
Yeah.
Taya. Oh, man. Just pissed off.
And righteously so.
Yeah. Calls out Papa Cueto. What did she call him?
As some kind of miserable old piece of shit.
Oh, you can say it on here. I'm not going to censor you.
She called him an old bag of shit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and that was what I was seeing. I was like, what the? Can you believe this?
Uncensored. And in your face, as always, Lucha Underground. Calls out Papa Cueto and just blasts him about the interference from Matanza and their wedding because, it ruined their day.
Mm-hmm.
And Papa Cueto's it's like, fine, but you're getting a sacrifice to the gods match. And I'm thinking, oh, no. No, we can't lose Taya this way. Come on, no.
Not like this.
Not like this.
this.
No. And it's a perfect example of, and it's, now that it's everything's, the fog of, oh my God, what an episode. And I'm putting the pieces together now. And wow, we actually had two incredible examples. Two mints and one. Two great examples of intergender wrestling. And it also reminds the fans out there how tough Taya is.
Yes.
There have been several instances throughout the seasons of Lucha Underground where almost any woman could lay claim to the title baddest bitch in the building. Many times it's been Ivelisse. Sometimes it was Sexy Star. Mariposa. Several names. But this, I don't know, man. I mean, I know Taya's match ended in DQ because Mundo saved her.
Oh, yes.
But who would you give baddest bitch in the temple to? Would you give it to Reclusa or would you give it to Taya? I'm just curious what you think.
You see, that's where I'm a little bit confused. It used to be that Sexy Star was the baddest bitch in Temple, but then she took her leave, and the rest, as we say, is wrestling history. That being said, Mariposa also held her own against Star and held her own against many other opponents, for that matter, including her own brother last week. As a matter of fact, she did pretty good for being like half ragdolled most of the time. But other than that, she still managed to last a little bit longer than I expected. That being said,
excuse me, sorry.
Reclusa, in her limited appearance, has so far shown great skill and resilience. But to be honest,
resilience, yes, that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up. Continue.
Indeed. So, but noting as much, I will say though, even though Taya is Wera Loca, baddest bitch in the temple, still goes to my girl Ivelisse.
Oh. You weren't supposed to pick someone that was not in the episode. No, but that's fine.
Because I know how good she is.
I just meant out of the two that we saw tonight.
Out of the two we saw tonight, both in a losing effort to some of the more formidable Lucha Underground champions. Honestly, that is one tough call. While I'm a fan of both of their work, I will say that to go against a monster in the face of utter sacrifice and damnation, look, all this episode definitely goes to Taya.
Okay. I would give it to Reclusa just because she went the whole match, and I think she was closer to beating Pentagon than Taya was to beating Matanza. But they both got their licks and they both performed admirably. Yeah, it's one I can never spit out.
I know the feeling.
And it's Diet Coke too, see?
Yeah.
See, no, the reason why I can't is because I got to go pick up my stepdaughter from work at midnight, and that's still 3 hours from now. So, no, I got to.
Hours to midnight. Gotta give her a ride home. Damn. That's a long way off, man. It says, what is it? 2 ounces of 2.2% body fat over 2 hours of time minus the I forget the formula, but you'll be fine. Trust me on this. I know these things.
See, there's Steiner math, and then there's Smash This Podcast, Chris Phoenix math.
I'm an athlete, not an athlete.
Oh my goodness. One of the best. All right. So the match between Taya and Matanza ends in DQ. Mundo comes out, rescues her just before she gets sacrificed. I mean, that was close.
That was close.
We almost lost Taya this episode. Crazy.
Yeah.
And it's announced later in the episode as they're going over the Ultima Lucha Quattro card that Mundo is going to face Matanza in a sacrifice to the gods match.
Wonderful. Looking forward to that. And we will finally see who is the master of the temple.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that one.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we'll see.
Pierre is in the chat. Andre Corbeil is in the chat. Lucha. Doing a little lucha dance there with my not so sexy self on a Wednesday night.
That's all right.
I'm scruffy, but buffy. No, not really.
There you go.
That was.
There you go. It's all right.
Not one of my better ones. Anyways, I digress. Let's go over this card real quick. We got Phoenix versus Dragon Azteca Jr., 2 out of 3 falls.
Mm-hmm.
Mac versus Mil Muertes.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what kind of match they said that was.
That was the death match.
Death match. The Mac gonna fuck you up match.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
That's right. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Marty the Moth Martinez, the Lucha Underground champ, defending against Pentagon Dark in a Cero Miedo match. Son of Havoc versus Killshot, Mask versus Mask. Could steal the show.
Oh, I agree. When you fight in a Lucha de Apuesta, that is a hell of a match.
Yeah. And then Mundo versus Matanza, Sacrifice to the Gods match. I don't know if they mentioned anything. We're probably going to get 1 or 2 more. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's the whole card. I know it covers 2 days. I'm a little surprised it's 2 days, but I know this is a shortened season. So
true.
But I really got no complaints. This has been an incredible season. I mean, just balls out from start to finish. They're completing storylines. The action's been incredible. We get new faces all around.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every week, it seems like sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And even towards the end now with Reclusa, and I don't think we're done seeing new people, honestly.
This is true.
You never know. Then we get a tornado tag match. This was just from start to finish absolutely cuckoo. We had Dragon Azteca Jr. tagging with the Mac versus damn Coke. Mil Muertes and Phoenix.
I like to call him Phoenix Dark.
Phoenix Dark, yeah. Or Dark Phoenix?
They haven't said yet, but that's what I call him.
For copyright reasons, we can't say Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, it's one of those clusters with Sony and Fox and Marvel. I don't know, whatever.
It's another universe.
They have said that there is a multiverse in wrestling. Allie and Courtney Rush have proven this.
Who?
Courtney Rush, Cherry Bomb, The Slayer. If you want to find out more about this, tune into Allie's World on YouTube.
Oh, Allie's YouTube channel.
I love her. She's adorable. She's my favorite. They have the best show on YouTube besides this.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I have become a fan of Allie from Impact over the last, I'd say, 6 months. Because at first I was just like, okay, whatever. But now, I mean, she's really, the more I'm really paying attention to her, I mean, she really is an ass kicker.
She is a talented ass kicker, and she is very, very smart, and she has proven the existence of a wrestling multiverse.
Duke Togo 13 in the chat says Courtney Rush is Rosemary.
Sacrilege! They're not the same person!
Oh, spoiler alert. All right, Styles, good night, brother. He's got stuff in the morning.
See ya.
We'll see you mañana for some Impact. Oh, want to let you guys know, tomorrow night, I'm not sure if I can show it live on here, but you said I can upload it after the show is done. I will be guesting on oh crap. The hell's the channel name?
Wrestling of Wrestling.
No.
The Things of Wrestling.
It's
Lucha Podcast.
It's right. I'm embarrassed because I just forgot it.
Marks Anonymous, The Worked Shoot, NAI, The G-Rod Show. I don't know.
It's Wrestling Robert.
Wrestling Robert.
The YouTube channel is Robert Does Wrestling Reviews. Whenever the link comes up tomorrow, I will be sharing it all over my social media. He is a gentleman from, I think, Puerto Rico. And he's been doing a absolute ton.
Does he know me, the reptile? Does he know Carlos Colon?
He might. He's been doing a lot of Bound for Glory reviews. In fact, he's been reviewing all of them leading up to this Sunday's Bound for Glory. So we'll be doing a preview, kind of a predictions preview, if you will, tomorrow night for this coming Sundays. It'll be on his channel. I'm really excited about it. I haven't guested for a while on anyone else's. So, yeah, stoked for that.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in live. Keep an eye on the social media. JBone5150. I'll be promoting it once the link is up tomorrow at some point. What else is going on here? Oh, okay. We're talking about the Tornado Tag match, Azteca, Mac versus Muertes and Phoenix. Your thoughts on this match, dude?
You know what? That's the hard thing about trying to look into this match. Overall, I think Vampiro said it best when he said, Azteca and Mac are like two biplanes from the early 1900s during World War One, whereas Mil Muertes and Phoenix are like two fighter jets from the current year. It's it's amazing to see their level of skill versus their level of resiliency in all four of these competitors. These guys are the knockdown drag out, so far best of the night. And I can honestly say that because I've seen just about every single match that they've had in Lucha Underground from the very beginning, rarely ever missing one, just, falling asleep while watching the show. Rarely do I ever. But the level of violence was held off simply because they are leading up to Ultima Lucha Cuatro. Had this been a legitimate match where it was like, knockdown, drag out, like absolute brutality, there would have been some blood spilled. There would have been some color, if you will, on that mat.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
It worked a little bit red, not blue, if you get my meaning. But aside from that, I'd honestly say that this one was most likely my favorite in terms of technical ability, thanks largely to the dynamic acrobatics of Dragon Azteca Jr. and Phoenix Dark. So that being said, definitely looking forward to the individual matches between all four of these competitors come Ultima Lucha time. But tonight was a preview, a prelude, if you will, to the violence yet to come.
Oh, it was an incredible prelude. I don't know if I could pinpoint one particular. There's one. I distinctly remember it was like right in the middle of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix jumped off of Willie Mack or something, and then ended up doing something to someone on the other side of the ring. It all was so crazy. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't really know. I think there was a series of flips and ring ropes, corkscrew planches and cutters, and so many cutters and stunners. It was a knockdown drag out super brawl right over there.
Oh, you call it Stunner Mania, man. I don't think I've seen Mac do more stunners ever. It was
that son of a bitch does more stunners than me per match, I'll tell you what.
I don't know who did more Mac doing stunners or Vampiro saying brother. Oh man. Would have gotten both off of drunk off of both.
Yeah.
Like I said, Diet Coke, folks. Still have so much to do, but yeah, just an incredible match. I mean, they really did not hold back. It was the topes to the outside. Jeez Louise, especially when you see someone like Mac. Mac just blows my mind. Something on my to-do list, and I've been following the whole story of the 10 pounds of gold with the NWA, especially now with Cody. Cody just had a defense in Ring of Honor with the NWA title against Willie Mack.
Ooh.
It's on YouTube, released within the last day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the NWA channel and go look it up. I can't wait to watch it. It's one of those that I wish was probably like 20 minutes long, but I don't think it's even half as long as that. But nonetheless,
right.
It's always a pleasure to see the Mac in the ring.
Definitely.
Especially Cody.
Hell yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see what he does with the 10 pounds of gold between now and the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Considering we know what's coming up.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
It's like I'm dying to know, but I don't want to know because I know there's a lot on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Teasing all sorts of crazy stuff over there on the Being the Elite channel.
2019 is going to be a hell of a year for wrestling, just like 2018 was.
Oh, it's going to be even crazier because there's going to be more opportunities, more shows popping up. Women of Wrestling. Wow. On Access TV, just put out the press release today. Debuts on Access TV in January.
Really?
Yes.
I am looking forward to that.
Same channel that New Japan is on.
I'll be sure to record it.
It's on. I believe they said it's going to be on Friday nights with New Japan, and I think they also got some MMA on there as well. So it's going to be like a big fight night feel with all three shows on Friday nights come 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for that. Going to have some familiar faces on there: Santana Garrett, Tessa Blanchard.
Wow.
Just to name a few. Can't wait for that. But back to Lucha. Next, we get quite the dark segment.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Brenda being out there with Famous B. Oh, I didn't say who won the tag match. I apologize. Mil Muertes and Phoenix won with it was a double pin at the same time. One did a muscle buster, one did a flatliner.
And we won't tell you who did which, but it's pretty freaking obvious.
Yeah, you know whose finishes are whose lately. But yeah, an incredible finish.
Mm-hmm.
So Famous B's in the ring with Beautiful Brenda, and he announces that he's coming out of retirement.
I thought he was just sidelined with an injury. I didn't know he was retired.
Oh, he rehabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
rehabbed.
He rehabbed the hell out of that injury.
Like no other.
And he is back, baby.
Oh, yeah. Back in black. Hit the sack. It's
been too long, and he's glad to be back.
I never could understand the AC/DC lyrics. I'm 44, and I'm still guessing them on the radio whenever the song comes on to this day.
Yeah.
God bless him. Anyways, he's out of retirement, and out comes Ricky Mundo.
Ricky!
One of the, I'd say, darkest characters we've seen in this series in a long time.
This season particularly.
Oh, yeah. What he's been doing with the whole crossover thing with the dolls, or the doll, from the Island of the Dolls.
The Island of the Dolls.
The fact that they're completing this storyline, which was like just a little forgettable blip in the history of the last 4 seasons of Lucha Underground. And they've got a whole thing that's lasting the entire season long. And yet it doesn't feel overdone. It's another one of those storylines that's lasting all season where you're going, oh yeah, there's this story. I just love how Lucha Underground does this.
Very nuanced. Very nuanced.
They don't beat a dead horse.
Indeed.
And that's the best way I could put it. So we get a sudden match between Famous B, Ricky Mundo. Ricky Mundo making short work of Famous B with a hell of a finisher. What do you call that? It was like a modified neck breaker reverse DDT almost.
I wasn't even paying attention. I just know that Famous B got myrtleized out there.
Murderized?
Myrtleized.
Is that a word?
That's the word that I say. It's myrtleized. He got myrtleized.
Somebody call the po-po. This guy just got murderized.
He got myrtleized. Okay?
He got what?
That's what I'm going to say about that. He got myrtleized. Okay? Famous B got his Don King hair done in.
Oh.
I don't even know.
Speaking of the hair, did you hear Brenda like off camera?
No. What did she say?
If you watched it back, I was laughing so hard.
I mean, that crazy hoe is always mic'd up, so I don't know what she's saying half the time. But if you paid attention, you're paying more attention to me to her. I'll tell you what.
Oh, geez, they didn't show her, but as he was getting his, what do you call it, do-rag removed, and he was getting the pulp beat out of him.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden you saw the fro.
Mm-hmm.
and Brenda says something like,
Say it. Say it.
Oh, I know we should have done something with the weave.
Man, she crazy. Of all the things to say. Damn it, Brenda. Why are you thinking about his hair when he's getting myrtleized? That don't make no sense. God damn.
That comment was just unbelievable.
That's the only way to put it.
Wait for it.
One more time. There you go.
Unbelievable. Makes short work of Famous B with that incredible finisher, and then challenges Taya while attacking beautiful Brenda. Puts her in a crossface.
About time she got some action.
Not the kind of action I think she was looking for.
Yeah, I had a feeling. But that's okay. We'll get to that next time.
So, I got to go back and see exactly how he challenged her. It was very dark and, he was very holding the mic and very just,
He was ominous yet loopy.
He was ominously loopy.
There you go.
That's another one I got to Google. See if that's a word. So, yeah, we may get a match between Ricky Mundo and Taya soon.
You know what? I think Ricky was a little bit jealous of Taya. I think maybe that's why they're having a match. I could be wrong.
He also I almost left out this very important point, and this is actually important for. We knew it as fans because we see all the behind the scenes things that the in-house audience doesn't. It's like, oh, why isn't this person showing up? Oh, yep. He's been dead for 4 weeks or whatever, and we're like, duh.
Honestly, I didn't see a monitor anywhere in that building, so I do not know what they know. But they do not know what we know.
They don't know. They don't know anything. They don't.
They know nothing.
Unless it's said in the temple, they don't know. And that's one thing that they started doing this season a lot is they actually started communicating things like that to the audience. Like, oh, so and so got murdered. Oh, what? You know. So, but yeah, he confessed that he released Matanza Cueto on the Mundo Entaya wedding party. That son of a bitch.
It was me, Taya. It was me all along.
Mundo removes his mask and it's Vince. What? No.
Yeah, find that on Botchamania 2 weeks later.
You're right.
Who knows? It might actually be next week.
Would not be surprised. So that pretty much wraps up the whole episode. We talked about Reclusa versus Pentagon and the whole Marty attempt to start Pentagon on fire. We talked about that at the top of the review. What would you say is your favorite part of the whole episode? What stood out the most for you?
To be honest, as much as I like the Reclusa versus Pentagon Junior match, or Pentagon Dark, excuse me.
It's okay.
As much as I like
wrong universe.
I'm sorry, I'm get confused sometimes. But yes, overall, I would say that the match, the tornado tag match, was my favorite just because of the awesome things that my namesake keeps doing to please the believers in the temple before his darkening, as he used to say, animo. Yes.
The tornado tag for you. Yeah, that was incredible. I gotta say though, seeing Reclusa's in-ring debut was the highlight for me. I wish we would have seen a lot more of her this season, but you know, it is what it is. She still has put a significant, shall we say, impact on this season 4 of.
Yep. Especially in her short time leading up toward Ultima Lucha Quattro.
Yeah. Yeah. So who knows? I mean, we still may see more of her because Marty did save her. She did not get her arm broken. And I don't know what Pentagon was planning on doing with the tax. If he was just planning on doing a driver or power bomb or what. But I was like, this is gonna get dark quick. I mean, she is tough, but I was cringing when he poured the tax out. I was like, oh no, that's too much.
No. I was gonna say I don't know too many women in wrestling who would actually be able to take thumbtacks like that. So yes, that was not going to end well. Knowing what we know of who we know, who is in cahoots with who we think they are, that particular person wouldn't have relished that particular incident very well at all.
And we'll see about that in the soon and near future. Maybe she will make a significant jump someplace in 2019. We'll have to wait and see.
Indeed.
Well, so the season ends. So Ultima Lucha Quattro is 3 weeks away. It's 2 weeks. Let me look at my old calendar here. What are we on today? The 10th?
Mm-hmm.
So
tomorrow's the 11th. The next week is the 17th. And then the week after that is the 24th? Is that right?
24th, 31st. Okay, so Ultima Lucha Quattro starts on Halloween.
Yeah!
Interesting.
That's
very interesting.
That's how you do it.
And then the following November 7th is the final episode.
Nice.
Ultima Lucha Quattro Part 2.
Yeah.
I hope it's 2 2-hour shows, but I don't think we're going to get that.
Yeah.
We shall see. But whatever we get, what's he doing? He's trying to put the calendar back up on the thing with the tack and stuff. Whatever we get, I mean, I've heard little things, nothing specific. All I know is that it's from what I've heard, it's going to be as good, if not better, than last year's. So
They always try to outdo themselves, and that's one thing I pride them on. Absolutely.
yeah, and just I think we're going to hear a lot of "Please Don't Die" chants in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
So, final thoughts on this episode before we wrap this puppy up.
Honestly, this was a good build-up match. It was not forgettable at all from what I can see. I would give it a high 4 stars out of 5. Very much looking forward to the Ultima Lucha matches that they introduced tonight and more action in the coming weeks leading up to it. I'm hoping to see what else they can bring to the table to make it a jam-packed ultimate event for Ultima Lucha Quattro this season on Lucha Underground.
Yeah, and also as a fan, hoping to see a glimpse of a season 5. Hoping, crossing fingers and my toes.
Someday.
Someday, yes. So yeah, solid episode, great action, good build to the end of the season, like you said. I would have booked things on here a tad bit differently, but that's just me, booking from my couch, not criticizing in the least. Still incredible, So, and just one brief thing to mention at the end of this. Don't forget, folks, something I've been promoting the last week and a half, and we'll be plugging this all month long. Smash's podcast is going pink for October. The link is in the description if you want to support the brand and or support a grand cause to help raise money to fight cancer. That link is in the description of this video as well. So get yourself a shirt. Let's kick cancer's ass. Hashtag fuck cancer. So be the brand and fight a cause all at the same time. I couldn't think of a better thing to do. Could you? I'll take that as a yes. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Like I said, when I find the link, I will promote the hell out of it. Watch for it. Robert's Wrestling. And I'm forgetting it already. Doggone it. Just follow the social media tomorrow night. I'll plug it. We'll be live discussing all things Bound for Glory for Impact Wrestling tomorrow night, and that'll probably wrap up the week. So, good night, folks. Have a grand rest of your Wednesday evening. We'll see you mañana.